CKNX with Elvis the King and In the Ghetto. That's one of your favorite songs, I hear, Stacy.
It sure is.
Yeah, why do you like it?
I don't know. I think it's the background vocals.
Oh, that could be. You were doing a good job of those too, by the way.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Apparently, we are videotaping this.
Apparently.
Yes.
I can't wait to see that.
Kelly is behind the camera over here. So, yes. Did you get that, Kelly?
I did.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
awesome.
she did. Yay,
Great.
Cool. The sound probably cut out, so it's probably all you.
Exactly.
As soon
Well,
as
you know.
As soon as I turned the mic on, she couldn't hear anything.
Always.
All right, the Western Swing Authority is here. Well, part of you anyway.
Part of us.
Yes, Shane Gousset, Stacy Lee, thank you so much for stopping in again.
Thank you
You.
for having us
Love
back.
it. Love it when you guys come in. You guys are a lot of fun, and you've proven that already. We have great minds here. The last time that you guys were here, it just happened to be Blueberry Muffin Day. So,
Which is why we picked the day, really.
Well, we didn't know that. But
wait, which story is it?
Wait a second.
One of you is lying.
Always.
Oh, he's quick, huh? He's quick. So we had Kirk was kind enough to run down to Timmy's and grab blueberry muffins. So I thought today we got to have blueberry muffins again. So I went down and bought a box, and then you guys show up with a ton more of muffins. And holy smokes! So I'm going to send out an email to all the staff here in the building that it's Muffin Day, and
It is
you
Muffin
guys
Day.
can,
That's right.
join us. So thank you for that. Big day for you.
Huge.
yes.
It's Muffin Day.
It's Muffin Day, exactly. I mean, every Muffin Day is a big day. But.
Plus, the brand new CD, the
There it
third
is.
CD from the Western Swing Authority. Can you see that
Can you
there?
smell
Cool.
it?
It's got that new CD smell.
It does.
As fresh as anything.
I smell cardboard too.
You can't,
Yeah.
you can't get that on iTunes, can you? If they could like
You cannot.
bottle that scent, it would be great.
But you can get the rest of it on iTunes.
Yes, you
You
can.
can get all the songs on here, and you've got 12 killer songs as well, including. I noticed you put One of Us Is Lying. Was that not an All Dolled Up?
It
It
was.
was, but it was. It's a different version of the same song. So at the end of All Dolled Up, we did. That was the track we sort of took the really old school, really underproduced approach where we just had two mics at one end of the room, and then everybody spaced out just the right way. We just played it live off the floor, and that was it.
Okay.
And then the new one we did more of a full
A
studio
full,
version.
lush studio version of it. So
We liked it so
yeah.
much we cut it again.
The Western Swing Authority remix.
No
dance
backbeat.
mix. It's the
It's
dance
the
mix.
dance mix. Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Now, the first single off here we are playing here, Sweet Harry, and I gotta say, I love it. I'm not just saying that because you're here, but
Even if you are, I don't care. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
as I'm listening to it, going, wow, I think it's your best yet.
Thank
You know
you.
what?
Can I
Thank
say
you.
that without
Yes.
being hit?
No,
Yeah, no, of
honestly, you know what? I feel like we're finally moving in a really neat direction where we're getting a chance to kind of break some new ground, maybe in the genre, and yet still really try and fit everything seamlessly with that old classic sound. And so I really feel very, very strongly that this is a great mix of both of those things.
When did you finish this album?
It was
Been
finished
nice a little
and mixed. We finished recording in August, but the mixing process was
Done by
done
about October, I
in
think.
mid-October, I think. And,
Holy smokes!
and then, yeah, and now here we are
And
today.
here we
So you've been
So-
sitting on all this
We
music.
have been sitting on it. Feels like
I
forever.
know,
We've
it's
been
very
dying to
uncomfortable
really
sitting on
warm.
it for this long.
It's
I'm not
warm.
gonna-
Thank you. A little indented.
Yeah, I was gonna
So yeah, that's
So we've had it in ready to go for a while,
Okay.
but we were just waiting for the record label to do the things they needed to do and get all the stuff from us that they needed, and sometimes those things just take a little time.
yeah.
And then there's Christmas and stuff, so
Yeah, we
we
didn't
like
want
to
that
give
coming out.
everybody the opportunity to enjoy that, and then we'll whack them with some new music in the beginning of the year.
Good for you. Now I know you haven't just like been quiet about it. You've been doing some of the songs. I don't know about some of the songs, but I know you did Old Dance Floor off this album.
Yes.
You've been doing it for a little while in your live performances.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how's the response been? From what I saw, it's really good.
It's been an
Yeah.
amazing.
It's been great, actually. That's sort of the fun thing, I think, is getting to test some of the songs. So I think that song we were playing
We've been playing for a
before we
while.
cut it.
Sweet Harriet
It's-
was the same.
Sweet Harriet we played too before we cut it. We sort of tested it out on a few audiences just to see how it would go over, and then took it from there.
All right. I love the photography on this album. I'm a photographer, so I got to say that the photography is incredible.
Isn't it
what
awesome?
What the photographer did with this, and your promo shot with you guys running down chasing the birds, that was really cool. And look at this inside. You got the old style. What do you call that?
I would say vintage, kind of vintagey. It's those old Hollywood kind of, like an old Hollywood poster.
Yeah,
and that was
Matthew's brother actually. So Matthew Lima, his brother, did all the artwork,
and Christine Saunders did all of the photography, and
very cool.
We've got some great people working with us.
Should have had all the guys in pin-up costumes.
Totally. That's the insert that you didn't get to. Okay. That's only with the special VIP VIP purchase of the record. I've got
the
that
centerfold pull out of it.
That comes out when? Next month?
I don't know. I still have to take it. I don't know. That's
cool.
right.
All right, we're here with the Western Swing Authority, two of the members anyway, Shane and Stacey Lee, and we're going to hear some of the new music, the brand new music they've been dying for you to listen to, and we're going to play some of that coming up very shortly, right here on CKNX. Stacey Lee and Shane is here as well, Shane Gousset with the Western Swing Authority. The brand new album, Now Playing, is out today. Where can people get it?
They can get it everywhere. That's the most fun part about it. They can get it on iTunes. They can get it via our website, thewesternswingauthority.com. They can get it at retail stores across the country.
Sweet.
And they can get it at live shows, of course, too.
And, of course, at live shows.
That's right. And you've got a CD release party coming up this weekend.
We do, Sunday.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. Right now, though, I want to play a song off here, which is a very cool song, Rocket to the Moon. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, this is actually a song that Colin James wrote. And it was a cut for him with a little big band. And we adopted it.
We stole it. We stole it.
We totally
ruthlessly,
stole it.
And I love every second of it.
So you adopted it? Okay.
We adopted it.
And great tune. Just fits nice. The whole swing element, the big band swing with the Western swing, just seemed to pair nicely.
I love this song.
All right, let's hear it now. Rocket to the Moon. It's the Western Swing Authority on CKNX. Do that live. No, I meant the ending of the song. There we go. I like it. Rocket to the Moon from Now Playing, brand new for the Western Swing Authority. We've got Shane Gousset, Stacey Lee here as well, joining us in the studio. And you've had some interesting people co-write on this album with you.
Yeah.
Jason has been on this. Jason Blaine.
A couple Jasons on
Jason McCoy.
Jason McCoy and
Larry
Wayne Clark. Yeah, a couple of songs with Larry on this one.
Nice. We lost him a couple of years ago, unfortunately, but a great songwriter. So.
Oh yeah.
We still write to this day, and when we get to that point where we're missing that chord, we always think, what would Larry Wayne do at this particular point? So he's really had a big impact on our music for sure, and continuously still.
Well, it's nice of you to keep it going.
So yeah, and nice. Randy just told us when we were at in Tilsonburg that it would have been his birthday tomorrow.
Oh wow!
So it's actually kind of neat that we're heading around.
Yeah. Now, what was the song that he co-wrote with you?
Well, Sweet Harriet was one.
Okay.
And then another one is the Swing Time Lullaby.
Nice. And then, of course, from All Dolled Up, he was I've Got a Feeling as well.
Cool.
So.
Very nice. What is your favorite song off this brand new album?
I like so many of them. I'm going to go first because I just made that. Shoved my way out there. I love Rocket to the Moon, and I really love Swing Time Lullaby. It's and I love Living a Dream.
Again, I like them all. I think Harriet definitely sits up there for me, and I also really like the Lullaby. I think that one in particular, partially because it was with Larry, and that was the last song that we wrote together, and he was very adamant about it. He's like, look, this song has to be a duet, and I kept saying, no, get Stacey to sing it. She's got the voice. Get her to sing. He's like, no, it has to be. He says, listen to this song. It's about two people singing to their kids. It's got to be a duet. And so when it all was said and done, I really was happy with the way it turned out.
Okay. How do you decide, as an artist, your new album is about to be released, you're putting it together, how do you decide what the first single to radio is going to be, or the first single that you're going to put out there?
That's a good question. for us, what we actually did in this particular case, we all felt pretty strongly about Sweet Harriet right from the beginning, and felt like that was kind of where we wanted to put our efforts. But we tested it, and out of every live performance, that was the song that everybody came up to us afterwards and said, "I love that Sweet Harriet song," and they were dancing, and you would just watch the crowd kind of as they were listening and being a part of the show, and everybody stopped and started moving when that song came on, like anybody who was doing something else. So that was a pretty big indication right there that it might be a good choice.
Now, I've heard that some artists will not put out their favorite song first, or what they think is going to be the big hit. They'll put something else out to help sell the album, and then they'll nail it after.
Cinch
right
it.
there.
I don't know.
Was that a consideration?
No, I don't know. I think some people do that when they're, but I think those, they're necessary. They're sort of, what am I trying to say? I am trying to say people that are zoning in on a specific market in radio. So if they're really trying to hone in on what is popular at the time, and we've always sort of sat kind of out and outside the box. We've been a little outside the box all along. So so we just kind of go with our gut.
Yeah, it's a happy place to be.
Well so far.
And at the end of the day, you know, when the body of work is finished, hopefully you get to a point where you think every song is going to be okay as the same, you know, because you're not knocking down necessarily the same doors. That if everything sounds good at the end, then hopefully everybody will just want to share in it. So so it just becomes, you know, rock, paper, scissors after a while. All right, we'll do this one. You want a slow one or a fast one? Let's do this one.
I love that with what is currently out there right now in country music, you guys are not only outside the box, you're outside the box store. You're way out there, but you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
And that is really cool that you can take that chance and do what you love and not worry about what's going on out there. But it seems to be working for you, I think.
Yeah, well, with this band, I think that right out of the gate, I mean, when we started it, it was more, we started it just to play this kind of music because we love to play it. So we didn't really have an agenda for it. We didn't really think of what it would do or where it would go or if it would do anything. It was just for the sake of playing the music. So when it started to catch on and you know, some neat things started happening, that was gravy. And so when you're coming into, I guess, album number 3, you're starting to think about it a little bit as well. But really, we just kind of go with what is always felt right for us.
And you'd be pretty surprised to know, actually, that Sweet Harriet itself, when we were arranging that song in our heads and trying to decide what kind of a feel we were going to get, it didn't actually start out having that really strong tom, you know, feel at the beginning, but we were totally inspired. I remember going to Shane, I'm like, we got to make it like that Miranda Lambert, that Mama's Broken Heart, you know, that big tom, really super kind of grungy feeling on the beginning. I thought that would be a really cool way for this song to come to life. And so, you know, even though it's kind of left of center and it's outside the box store, we're still really inspired by some of the stuff that's coming out that's really super contemporary, right? So it just gives us a lot of freedom.
We do have to break for news in just a moment. We got time for the song we were talking about earlier with Larry Wayne Clark.
Yes.
We're going to play a Swing Time Lullaby right now. So it's off the brand new album, which is out today. It's called Now Playing. Get it on iTunes, their website, and elsewhere as well. We'll talk more about that a little later on. Here's the Western Swing Authority and Swing Time Lullaby on CKNX. CKNX, brand new album Now Playing. Great tune. Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, loving this stuff. It's incredible. Now, we mentioned that you can get it on iTunes.
Yes.
You mentioned you can get it in a lot of stores.
Yes.
Because you've got a brand new deal, correct?
That's right.
E1 Entertainment.
That's exactly right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that means more distribution, is that?
Yes, so this will be the first time
we're
for
actually
us
in stores,
where we'll be able to go into a store and see our album. So we're very much looking forward to that.
Nice.
That day where we get to walk in and go, there it is.
That's us.
And of course, you're going to do a selfie with that.
No,
Of
yes.
course.
Absolutely. We're waiting for somebody else to post it. The first person that finds it, we're going to give them
cool.
something. I don't know what we're going to give them, but...
Yeah, because they'll already have the album.
Yeah, exactly. We can give them the
We'll give 'em a
album,
t-shirt.
but maybe a t-shirt. That'll be a good idea. We'll give 'em a
T-shirt, guitar pick.
Guitar
Blueberry
picks,
muffin.
Blueberry muffins.
This is Blueberry Muffin Day here at CKNX.
It's always Blueberry Muffin Day at CKNX.
Shannon Adams, who is here on weekends, just wrote, because I put out an email to everybody on staff at Blueberry Muffins are here in the AM studio, and she just wrote, dang it, 'cause she's not here.
Oh, dang it.
You should come in, Shannon.
That's right.
Yeah, she's your cousin, isn't she?
She is,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was pretty cool how we discovered that.
Yeah.
What? He's my cousin. So, it's pretty cool. But it has no connection here with CKNX. That's not why we play your stuff. We play your stuff because it's good. It's awesome. So, Now Playing is the name of the new CD. So how did you come up with the title for that?
Well, I think a little bit it started with the photo.
Yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
We the front cover, of course, people on radio can't see it, but the front cover has us
Hang
in
on, they
front of
can
a
now.
theater.
Huh? There we go.
And,
Show it to the microphone.
And we were talking about wanting to have the front cover with a vintage style theater, so a real old vintage style theater, and so, and then everything sort of went from there, where sort of the old film look. So when you open up the inside, all the artwork on the inside is based off an old Fred
Like old
Astaire and
Hollywood,
Ginger Rogers
yeah.
Ad for a movie.
Very cool.
Yeah, and even in the approach of how the album was produced, I think we talked about kind of making, the way that everything kind of came together. It has a bit of a movie score kind of feel on certain songs. So I don't know. It just kind of made a little bit of sense.
Can I ask where the theater is?
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
Where is the theater?
It's the Mirvish. It's
It's
the
the Mirvish.
Mirvish Theater.
So the old Elgin
The
on
old-
Yonge Street in Toronto.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
Very
on the
cool.
back we're actually at Massey Hall. So.
Oh yeah, the stage door.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's not easy to get a picture on Yonge Street in Toronto without getting anybody in front of you.
That's
I
right.
can imagine. What time of day was that?
That was about 10 in the
Sunday-
morning on,
Sunday morning.
and just as luck would have it, it was the Buskers Festival.
Oh.
So
But we
Yonge
didn't
Street
know
was
that when we put-
closed. We
with
didn't
the
know that when we
photographer.
planned on it. We just planned on going early on a Sunday morning because we figured that'd be the least amount of traffic
And praying for luck.
and praying for luck.
Wow.
And,
And the Buskers Festival.
and then it turned out to be the Buskers Festival. Then we were worried that there might be booze and stuff set up front, but
He said booze, not booze,
Yeah.
just so that everybody knows.
yes, that's
We
true.
were also worried that there might be booze, but
Yeah, but there wasn't.
there wasn't. Mildly disappointed.
So, yeah, so we got there and we just showed up before all the Busker stuff started, and we
Nice.
got lucky.
We shot fast.
That's
Very
right.
nice. Now tell me about the other. There's a shot of you guys, the whole band running through an alleyway, chasing the birds.
Chasing pigeons.
That had to have been a spur of the moment shot. I
Oh.
did.
It totally is. That is in the alleyway at the backstage door of Massey Hall. And there's actually one picture that precedes that,
Yeah.
where we're all standing posed, and Ed is running into the pigeons. Like, he just saw them and went, I'm going for it. And so Ed is like charging, and the birds are flying, and
And
we're
we're all
all
watching
standing
him.
perfectly posing for this shot. And we thought, that's a good idea. So we waited for them to come back.
Did you feed them?
No. There was enough in that alleyway for them to eat, I can tell you. There was nothing that
I'll
we
bet.
could not give those pigeons anything they hadn't had already.
We've got Shane Gousset and Stacey Lee Gousset in here from the Western Swing Authority. It's too bad the other guys couldn't be here.
We
today.
will get everybody up here one of
We
these
will do
days.
it.
It will happen.
Let's talk about the guys who's all in the band and their affiliations. I know we've done this before, but it's
Sure.
kind of cool to talk about, I think.
All right, well, should we take turns?
Okay.
All right, well, I'll start. Well, I just mentioned Ed Ringwald, a.k.a. Pee Wee Charles. And, of course, Ed has quite a lineage in the music world. He was with Ian Tyson and played on The Great Speckled Bird, on the television show, and he was with Gordon Lightfoot for 16 years. And,
Wow.
yeah, and he's got, tons of album credits, and he's done it all. Ed's done it all, literally.
That's right, Matthew Lima on acoustic bass, and he's been around the jazz world a little bit. He used to play with a girl named Kelly Lee Evans, and he does a whole bunch of theater work at Drayton with Drayton Entertainment. So anybody who goes
He's the
to
baby.
those shows, he's the baby. He's young Matthew. We just call him young Matthew.
Does he play a baby when he's on the stage?
No,
No.
he just had a baby though.
Is
So.
that one?
Cool.
No.
And we've got Paul Chapman playing guitar, and a lot of people might not know Paul necessarily, but they've definitely heard him because he's on everybody's record.
Everybody.
He's played on everyone's album. He does tons of session work and lots of touring work, and yeah, we're lucky to have him.
That's right. Let me see. Jimmy Boudreau. Jimmy Boudreau is our drummer, and he is Oh, look at
making
that.
sure.
I'm just looking right at it. He's been a staple around the blues world for quite a long time. He's been part of the Home Wreckers, Mel Brown, in the Home Wreckers for I don't know how many years he played with Mel. And yeah, so he's bringing a whole awesome groove to what we
It's a
do.
groove, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then next to me on fiddle is Dan Howlett. And Dan,
Lovely and talented.
the lovely and talented, and occasionally untucked
That's right.
Dan Howlett.
Ooh.
And bearded at times.
Yes, he's currently going back with the beard. He gets a bit of a Chuck Norris thing going on when he gets the beard. And he also has the largest feet in the band.
That's true.
He can only buy his boots in Texas because they're the only place where they make them big enough for his feet.
Really?
Yeah. And Dan,
Little tidbit.
Dan's
Interesting info.
played with a lot of great people. I would say notably, definitely Cassandra Bassett and the Good Brothers. He did a lot of work with the Good Brothers as well.
Cool.
And yeah, great player, great guy for harmonies.
There's an interesting. All the songs are interesting, but on Now Playing, there's a song that Ed is
Yes.
responsible for.
Yes.
Absolutely. We laughed so hard when he came to us with the name of his song, and he wanted to have a steel instrumental. He's been wanting to write one for a long time, and so he ended up taking it home to his grandkids and saying, what do you think I should call this song? And they looked at him and said, you should call it Papa Doodle. And so that's what we did.
Yeah.
So.
I love the intro. Can we play a bit of it here?
Sure, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
Here's Papa Doodle on CKNX.
Those are his grandkids on the start of it.
I love the ending there.
It's a little
Papa Doodle.
trippy.
Yes, way to go, Ed. That's a great song. I love instrumentals too. You don't hear it that often. An instrumental.
We always try to do at least one. I think every album we have is at least one on it. Yeah, and Ed has got a real gift for lines. Like, he can come up with the catchiest lines sometimes. It's great. And they're fun to harmonize. You stack harmonies on them, and he's got great mind for that stuff.
Cool. All right, we're chatting with the Western Swing Authority here about the brand new album, and it's in stores now. You can get it on their website, and if you do see it in the store, make sure you get a selfie and put it on their website. Even ours too, and we'll pass it on to them if you have difficulty finding that. But Google it, Western Swing Authority, and you get some information. So look for it in stores right now. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the forecast and more with the Western Swing Authority.
Now.
All right.
Am I doing the weather? Is that
And now with our guest meteorologist, here is Shane Gousset.
cloudy this afternoon with occasional flurries and a light breeze. Tonight, periods of light snow with 3 to 5 centimeters expected. Temperature steady around -8. Tomorrow, cloudy with flurries, high of -5 but falling in the afternoon. Thursday, sunny periods with isolated flurries, high -13. Right now, it's -9 at CKNX.
Okay, who did it better, guys?
They-
Shane or Stacey Lee?
They both have their qualities.
Oh,
He's a politician.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
this is
consider
very
you.
diplomatic,
That's-
guys.
They both have their qualities.
That's right. That means he didn't think either one of us did any good.
Stacey did it a little more sultry-like.
Well, you know,
I'm
although
not-
you've got that.
I don't
you've
have
got
the
I think
thing.
guys would prefer Stacey's read, women would prefer Shane's
I
read.
see. That
Yes.
means we're just a package deal, kind of, as we come, I suppose,
What,
aren't we?
what Jerry just said, because Mike's didn't pick it up, the
Oh.
women would appreciate Shane's read,
Totally.
the guys would appreciate Stacey Lee's read.
Very good. What can I say?
Politician. So, tell me about the Ameripolitan Awards. Woo! Congratulations.
Thank
Wow,
you.
thank
Nominated
you.
on that, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be really exciting. It's in Austin, Texas on
2 weeks from today,
2 weeks from
we
today.
will be performing on the show.
And the Ameripolitans are a roots-based music award in the U.S. and they call on people from all over the world. I think there's going to be people there from a lot of people from the U.S., some people from Canada, some people from Australia, some from Europe, and it's all based on roots-based music. So Western swing happens to be one of the categories. So it's gonna. I mean, I was so excited when they asked us to come and play. I was like, wow, this is going to be amazing. I can't believe we're going to get to go do this. And then 10 seconds after that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm terrified because this is where this music came from. Like, and so Ray Benson's going to be there, and Dale
Wow.
Watson, and Johnny Bush, and the Hot Club of Cowtown. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we got to play in front of these people. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, but you guys, you've got to be comfortable with that because you play in front of a ton of people. I mean, not just by yourselves, but you also play for other artists. I mean, you're part of the Brodeo, of course, Dean Brody's band.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of stuff with like John Landry. There's a long list of people.
Yeah.
Plus, not only that, but is it safe to say you're the house band for the CMAOs, the Canadian
It
We
seems
have
to
been
be
the
we've
last-
been
yeah,
filling
last
that
couple of years.
role.
Yeah.
So.
Country Music Association of Ontario?
Yeah, we'll be doing it
Yes.
again.
You're the backup band.
Yeah.
That's got to be a lot of work. You're doing everybody else's songs and learning it. How a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance? How
Not
long does it
very
take?
long.
Not
They don't-
very long. Usually, it depends when they send it out,
Yeah.
and then
But we really we rehearse the day of, and then we play the show at night. Is what really happens. We get the music a couple weeks in advance to kind of look over, and the first time that we see anybody or go over anything all together is the afternoon of the show.
So pressure is
a little bit
nothing
of
for you
pressure.
guys.
Yeah.
Really, come on.
I
The
think-
Metropolitan Awards, it's going to be a breeze.
No.
I think it's just the fact that some of these people, especially I think of Ray Benson and Asleep at the Wheel, just because that I've idolized
You've
that
listened to
band
them
for years,
ages.
my whole life. I've listened to that band. When I was in high school, I was the only guy pulling into the parking lot with a Randy Travis and Asleep at the Wheel CD in my car. And so the fact that we're going to be there, it's really cool to get accepted into that community of players.
Right.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, congratulations. So 2 weeks, we'll find out.
2 weeks,
Yes.
yeah.
For the Western Swing category, who better to win it than the Western Swing Authority?
No.
I mean, really, you got to think of
Well,
that.
here's hoping.
Here's
Yeah.
hoping.
And Stacy is nominated for the Western Swing Female as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank
And
you.
Ed is-
Ed is actually, and he's nominated for a Metropolitan Musician, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
For steel guitar
For
or
steel-
musician award?
musician. I
Musician
think they
overall.
just did an
Wow.
overall musician award, so he was included in that. So.
Well, you'll have to keep us informed. And
We
find
sure
out
will.
how they go.
We're
Very
gonna
cool. All right, let's go back to the music here. The new CD is out now, and the Western Swing Authority has got it. It's called Now Playing. There it is right there. Now Playing. It's in stores and on their website. And let's listen to another song here. Tell me about Old Dance Floor. I mean, you've done this before, and
You know what?
here.
Yeah, this
You did
is.
it live for us, but now we're going to play the studio version.
Yay.
That's right.
Yes.
You go ahead.
I'm not sure that when we played it live, we'd actually cut it yet.
I don't
When
think we
were there.
have.
I don't know that we had. But this is another co-write with Jason Blaine. And I'm really glad he brought the idea. I think it was an idea. He just had that line, I want to hear twin fiddles in the middle of an old dance floor. And he said he had been sitting on that line for a long time, but he didn't really have anywhere to put it. And so when we got talking about this record, then that line came up again. And of course, I jumped all over it. And I was like, yeah, well, let's work on that one. I like that.
Exactly. We will graciously find a place
Yeah.
for that line somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was great. I think it's funny because when we write together, of course, he's in Nashville and I'm up here, and so we're sitting on Skype, usually writing, and so we're using all this technology to write music that is so traditional based.
Cool.
Kind of cool.
New technology writing.
That's
old
right.
songs.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right. The CD is called Now Playing. Here it is, Old Dance Floor. It's the Western Swing Authority on CKNX. The Western Swing Authority and Living a Dream. And I got to say, you guys, you're doing that, aren't you?
We really are.
We are.
Very cool. The third CD from the Western Swing Authority is in stores now, called Now Playing. And if you find it in the store, get a selfie with it and share it on their website. We'd love to see that, no matter where you are. It's pretty cool. Now, this coming Sunday is the CD release party, where people can come out and hear you guys play all these songs live.
Yes.
And get a copy of the CD, and you guys would autograph it, wouldn't you?
We certainly
Absolutely.
would.
Absolutely.
It's happening at the Commercial Tavern. What time does it start?
It starts at 3 o'clock. I think the doors open at 2:30.
Yep.
And we're going to get the thing started around 3, and it'll go until
Probably around 6 o'clock.
between 6 and 7 somewhere.
Okay.
However long people
That's
want to
right.
hang out.
Are you doing just the stuff from this, or are you going to do all your
Oh
stuff?
no! I think the first set will probably be this record, and then the second set will be a culmination of whatever.
Whatever we want to
whatever
play,
we
whatever
wanna
they
do.
want to hear, pretty much.
Cool. So it starts at 3 o'clock, but I would advise you to get there early because chances are it's going to be busy.
We're hoping so.
Yeah.
We're really hoping so.
That dance floor will be packed.
I hope,
It
yeah.
will be full. Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
What's that like to have I'm sure you've been in bands. Many people have, starting out, where you're trying to do your best, but people just aren't dancing to this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I've been in bands myself before, and it's a long night when people aren't dancing. And it's just, you could be doing your best stuff, it's just they're not in a dancing crowd. But I'm sure when you guys go out, you're appealing to, I would say, an older audience that loves to dance. Is that safe to say?
We actually have kind of a few different audiences that seem to be
They all come together.
They all come together, and
Really?
so we do have that that more, what would you say, that more retro crowd?
Yes.
Is that the proper way to say it?
Mature crowd.
The mature crowd
Mature
that comes
crowd,
out
there you
and they love to dance to it. We've got a whole bunch of young people who are just being introduced to this music for the first time, so they didn't even really know what they're in for. So that's awesome, and I feel like we're kind of introducing some old stuff in a new way. So that's pretty awesome to capture them. And then we have a lot of musicians that
A
come
lot of
out
musicians. Always.
to catch the band too. So and then along the way we kind of pick up people as we go. So.
Yeah, many times I think there's been lots of Tuesdays that had there been some sort of horrible tragedy at the commercial tavern, there would be no steel guitar players left.
That's right. How many steel guitar players can you get in one room at the same time? I don't know. There's got to be a light bulb joke about that.
What I love about you guys is I don't think there's anybody in the band that is kind of standoffish. You're all very, you're great to get along with. You're great.
Well,
to
I don't know
have
about
fun
him,
with.
but
Shane every once in a while he'll go off on a
that can be
tangent.
difficult.
You come with a built-in smile.
he does.
Guaranteed.
He does. Guaranteed.
So yeah, it's great to have a band that has fun, and not just has fun on stage, but you guys have fun all the time, which is pretty cool. Which is evident right here.
Yeah, you know what? And we do. I mean, I don't think anybody has more fun than we do. We often joke about that sometimes. We always say, who has more fun than people? And then the answer, of course, is musicians. But
Exactly.
no, we have a
Where's Jimmy
good
when we
time.
need him?
And I think it's, I think that helps. I think it's genuine
Yeah.
because you're having fun and you're loving what you're doing. And I think people relate to that.
Right. I'm going to play a song here. It's not your song. It's just something a little bit different here that I'm going to play for you right now. And it's a song I think that maybe helped you get going, perhaps, that helped you go on this direction, this journey that you're on right now. So.
Haha, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Merle himself there.
Awesome.
There's Merle Haggard with Cherokee Maiden on CKNX.
Oh.
You want to dance?
Haggard and the Cherokee Maiden on CKNX, a song that pretty much helped, I guess, Shane get into the music that you're into now.
Totally. My parents used to have a whole collection of music that was on, those old reel-to-reel tapes, and they had a whole collection of that, and they loved anything you could dance to. And that was one of the songs, and I always, before I knew who it was or anything about it, I always loved that tune.
Cool.
And
Your Aunt Beth is going to be really happy right now.
yes, also her favorite as well.
I've got to ask you, because some people have asked me, and I have no idea, but where did that term, where did that sound effect come in? Yeehaw!
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
where did that start?
That's Bob Wills. Bob Wills.
Why did he start? How did he start?
Why did he do that? Because he used to work in the fields with a lot of the workers, and they would often do that when they would sing. So he had a lot of blues influence from the workers in the cotton fields, and they would sing songs, traditional songs, and in those songs they would always do these hollers. Oh yeah, and they would do, and so he started doing that. No matter who was singing, he would be doing that all the time. There's a great story about when they were quite big, and they went to California to do a recording. And when they got there, of course, they start doing their thing, and Bob is all over it. Oh yeah, oh, take it away, Tommy, and he's talking and singing away, and the guy in the control booth is like, okay, we're gonna do one more. He says, Bob, you think you could maybe just not talk and holler quite so much? And he went, all right, boys, pack it up. I don't think these guys want what we do. They're like, no, it's good. And yeah, that's so anytime you hear a country artist do that in a song, that is them paying homage to Bob Wills.
Very cool. Very cool. And you do it a lot.
Yeah.
We do.
All right. We have to take a short break. More with Steen.
That's awesome.
Well, there you go. if we were one person.
Stain,
You
yes.
know what? That's like, what is that? The Jennifer Lopez?
Stain and Shacy.
The Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck
Yeah,
of
yeah.
whatever. Stain and
Together they're Stain
Stain and
Goose.
Shacy.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I've started something I don't want to start. We'll be back with Shane and Stacey Lee of the Western Swing Authority. The new CD is out today, now playing the Western Swing Authority. It's your third CD, and we're going to play something here called the Swing Thing.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Swang.
This
bang.
song was written. Actually, I think we wrote this song. I've had this for a while, and I wrote it with Jason McCoy.
You've had Swing Thing for a while?
Swang Thing we've had for a while, and but just didn't quite make it onto the All Dolled Up album in time. And yeah, so this was Jason and I meeting. It was after the CMT festival, and they used to head one up in Barrie. They did it for a couple of years, and I was playing there, and I stopped off at his place on my way home, and we wrote this song. And here it is.
Swing Thing from the Western Swing Authority on CKNX. I don't hear that phrase anymore. Cowtown Queen on CKNX. You guys are fun. Did you catch that on the video?
Of course she did.
Yeah, good, very cool. Now playing, it's in stores now, and even from what I've talked to these guys, and they might be dropping a couple of copies off down at Ernie King Music in Wingham.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
I see no reason not to.
And you will now.
Yep,
Yeah,
of
right.
course,
You
of
mentioned it.
course.
If you'd like a copy of it, you don't have to travel. You can pick it up right down at Ernie King Music. I'm sure Dave and Marie down there will be more than happy to put them on the counter there for you.
Fantastic.
So it's in stores now. It's on iTunes as well, and it's on your website, thewesternswingauthority.com. Don't forget the ahead of that.
Yeah.
Western
Viva.
westernswingauthority.com. It's their website, and you can purchase it there as well. So yeah, congratulations on your third album.
Thank you.
It's going to be a big hit. I know it's going to be.
Thank you.
This coming Sunday, you're at the Commercial Tavern in Mary Hill.
Yes.
Paul Weaver has a great place there. And,
He does.
Yeah, it's
Does.
a lot of fun.
It's like going back in time in that place.
It is, yeah.
And he's such a champion for traditional music, so.
He is. And good food, too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Always good
absolutely.
food there. So that's this coming Sunday. It's beginning at 3 p.m. Get there a little bit early, though.
Yep.
We're going to play something else off this album. This is called Slow Boat to China. Tell me
Yeah.
about this song.
This is actually a really old tune that my grandparents always used to dance to. And I'm not even sure who is the first person who recorded it, but it's a jazz standard that's been around for a real long time, and I always remember it as a child. Every time it would come on the radio, my grandparents would get up and dance, and so that was one that I promised someday that I would love to sing, and
Very
so
cool.
hope you're listening up there.
I know who the last one to record it was.
Ah.
The Western Swing Authority, featuring Stacey Lee on vocals there.
That
Slow
was
Boat
me.
to China. Great song, great
Thank you.
version.
Thank you. I love that song.
You have to find out who her first recorded that.
I think I'm gonna have to look it up.
If only there was some
If only
device
there was
we
some
had.
device that we had that could look that up
things.
right now.
Both of them are getting their phones out, cell phones. If I wasn't talking, because I'm not good at multitasking, I'd do it myself. Maybe. Oh, look at Jerry go.
Oh, he's going. It's a race.
That's it.
Slow Boat to China. Now Playing is out today, and you can get it all kinds of places, including their website, thewesternswingauthority.com. It's there. Ernie King Music, iTunes. Not yet, though. Don't go down to Ernie King's. You're heading down
Exactly.
to
Just
wait
give
at
us like
least-
5 minutes.
yeah.
Be right there.
Sounds good. Now, the Country Music Association of Ontario Awards Show is coming up May the 25th.
Yes,
Right.
And will you be the band as well performing?
we will be.
the band.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I
That's
think
always
that's
such
the
a fun
first.
day.
That's we've just let the cat out of the bag. I don't
Yeah,
think we've told
I
anybody
think
that
so.
yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't hear it here. Between you and I. Yeah, I was there last year, and I was really, really impressed with this show. I've been to TV award shows, and some of them, they're just the waiting and the quality, the sound. But I was really impressed with that. Jason McCoy did a great job as MC.
Yeah.
He's
You
so good
guys-
at that kind of thing.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
You guys did an incredible job backing these people up, and of course your own stuff, and winners as well. With,
This is
All
big.
right.
It was a
That
big
was
year
a-
last year.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
tremendous.
the name of the theater that it's happening in Toronto.
The Markham
Uh-oh.
Flato.
Flato Markham.
Flato
Theater.
Markham Theater.
That's it.
Phew,
Okay.
nice one.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that doesn't remember what's on the grocery list. That's awesome. You pulled that one out.
Kay Kaiser.
Kay Kaiser.
Kay Kaiser.
Kaiser.
There you go. I should have known.
Thank you,
that.
Jerry. Kay Kaiser.
Kay
That's all.
Kaiser.
We have very little time here, unfortunately. We're going to play Sweet Harriet. It's the first single off the brand new album. And you can hear it here at CKNX. Love the song. I've got to say, it's when I heard this one, wow, these guys are really, really coming together here. And not that you weren't before, but it's like I can just hear it now, and just I love the song. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the brand new album, and good luck at the Ameripolitan Awards.
Thanks.
Coming up.
Thanks. We'll keep you posted.
Yes,
for
please
sure.
do. And we'll see you at the CMAOs.
You bet.
At the Flato
Markham
Markham
See,
Theater.
it wasn't just me.
All right, tell me about Sweet Harriet.
Sweet Harriet is a
You're
song
on.
about. I'm on. You know what? We have been playing this song for a little bit, and when Shane wrote this song with Larry Wayne Clark, who was also the writer on "I've Got a Feeling" and "Springtime Lullaby," which is on this new record, I wasn't sure that he was knowing exactly how he was feeling it for this band, and
It had a bit of a different feel
It
at
did.
first when we first did it, and then we made a little demo of it, just an acoustic guitar and singing it, and it had a little slightly different feel, and it just didn't. There was just something wasn't quite ready, and
Yeah.
then that's when Stacy came in one day. She
And
kind
the
of
first time I listened to it, and I was like, oh, and I stole it from him, and I said, I think I want to sing it first of all. So whoever that's, I think I want to sing it, and then from there we were really inspired by Miranda Lambert and that the really big tom fill at the beginning of Mama's Broken Heart, and I thought, what if we did something like that? That would be really, really heavy sounding at the beginning, and it just kind of went
All
from
right.
there.
Here it is.
Hard.
Good luck, guys. Congratulations. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the muffins. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Back
you.
at you.
All right.